What's up, guys? It is Matty Ray here, and we are back with some more Car Mechanic Simulator. Today we are checking out the demo for 2021 Car Mechanic Simulator. That was the demo just there, and that looked awesome. So I'm pretty excited to check this out. I haven't opened up the demo or anything, so this will all be new to me. But it looks like there's a lot of the old stuff already in there, as well as a bunch of brand new stuff, which it looks awesome. So we are going to jump right in. Brand new game. Boom, there we go. If it is your first time, we recommend you play the basic tutorial. I'm going to play through the tutorial, give it a look, see what's going on. I have a feeling a lot of this is all going to be similar to the other game, so it shouldn't be too out of the box for us, but we'll be able to check out all the area around it, as well as the shop, all the different elements that they've sort of included in this, and we might learn some new stuff that is new to this game over the old one. I haven't seen anything. Any news or anything around this, because I haven't played Car Mechanic Simulator in a long time, and that wasn't until I started this series that I saw that there was a new Car Mechanic Simulator coming out. So yeah, we're going to check it out. It's all looking pretty white in here, but I think that's just to kind of get you going as to where everything is. But already the garage is far bigger, far more open. I mean, there's skylights and everything going on in here. Alright, approach the phone, take the order. The Salem GW500. Parts with a minimum condition of 100%. Welcome to Car Mechanic Simulator. In this tutorial, we will teach you the basics of mechanics in this game, handling orders, changing fluids and oils, changing tires, and servicing the spring compressor. For this job, we need to change the oil, so drain the old stuff and refill it with some new stuff. And there are some additional tasks. So what we're going to do is press enter, take that job. Alright, there's the car. It's looking great. The new models look absolutely epic, and they've still got the original kind of rusting for each of the different parts that are. Ooh, look at that! And there's the windshield washer reservoir. So we're going to take off the reservoir cap. Ooh. So they've got some new fluids and everything too. That's cool. Oh, and you can actually see it going in. That's cool. We keep adding fluid until it gets to the top. What happens if we go over? Oh, we don't go over. Alright. Use upper button to lift car. Alright. Let's get it up on the lifter. Ooh. And one motion it goes the whole way up. That's kind of neat. Same old oil pan, that's good. Use the oil pan. All the same from the other game. Like I was saying in one of my other episodes, it would be kind of cool to get under there and actually take the bolt off the oil pan and have everything drained that way. Because for every oil pan, it's in a different place, different location. So this one here is up on the side. Now what are we doing? We are clicking the suspension, and we're going to get at the oil filter, take that off. Ooh, that one is quite nasty. Looks like we might already have a replacement. There we go, perfect. And then we're going to lower the car. The car itself might have actually been on the lifter already, I just didn't know it was more than one button. But we're going to fill in the new oil. we see that oil can go down, we know that we are at a sufficient level. And we'll just check on the dipstick, or we will check the dipstick later. I'm going to take the wheel off. We'll have a look in behind, see what's there. So this all already feels very similar to just kind of like the other game. You know, everything seems to be the same so far. I'm going to be checking. I did see something about this over here. So install the new tire on the old rim. These rims will probably need fixing at some point as well. And balance. Aha. So approach wheel balancer, pick balance options from pie menu, select a wheel that you want to balance, rotate the wheel to balance. Adjust the marker into the green area to balance the wheel. I see. A and D to rotate. Alright, and press the spacebar to balance. So they have created a new mini game for balancing tires. So that's kind of neat. Means that there's a little bit more to do when it comes to putting things back together again, which is quite cool. And it also sort of has a little bit more realism, I suppose, when it comes to it. So I think we're doing the shock absorber for this side. Alright, we take off the front end link, and then the shock absorber comes out. And let's pull it on over there. Ooh, if you hold the shift button you can actually do a bit of a run as well, which is kind of neat. Alright, take the old spring off, join the new parts, new spring, same cap, same base. Awesome. Now we put the suspension back together again. Yeah, this feels very much like the old 2018. They've still got all the barn finds and everything by the looks, but it does seem like there might be a lot more customization when it comes to paint and color and things like that. So I'm looking forward to seeing, you know, how much of that is all included in this in this demo, which will be quite neat. All right, car status. What are we looking for here? Open pie menu, pick car status, switch tab to order summary. I think that's order summary, and then finish job. Alright, springs done, oil filters done, sport tire done. Make sure we did the additional task, which was refill the fluid. That's perfect, that's everything. We're done. Enter. Basic tutorial is completed. If you need further help, make sure to check out tutorial section in main menu, where you can find detailed information about all the aspects of the game. Sweet. Let's jump in. Welcome in Car Mechanics Simulator 2021. Welcome in Car Mechanics Simulator 2021 demo. In this demo, we would like to show new features. Demo includes 2 missions which introduce 2 new cars, the Salem GW500, that's the one we just saw, that we fixed up the suspension, the tire, and the fluid, and then there is the Sakura Super. Additionally, you can get your hands dirty with your own Velsine 2040 fully upgrade garage with new open plan. Ooh, I'm looking forward to checking out the new garage. I assume it's all in color this time. Some tools are locked. The available tools we've got is the repair table with a new minigame. Ooh, that's cool. The wheel balancer and wheel changer with new minigame. We've already checked out that new minigame. And the spring puller. Sweet, so we can do all sorts when it comes to the wheels. Oh, and look at that. We are no longer stuck inside. We have ourselves an outdoors area that we can get out and explore. We can't walk out onto the road, but we can watch as the cars go past. That's kind of cool. And we can't get too far that way. But, what do we got here? Tow truck to get all the cars over to the actual shop itself. Oh, this feels so much bigger already. What is this? The performance testing. Ooh, look at that. I remember in 2018, this thing was off limits for I don't know how long, and it took a long time for this to eventually be released into the game, and when it was, truth be told, I didn't use it very much. I mean, I did like to do it with my cars and things like that, but performance-wise, I think I was more into build, sell, restore. But with this new season, I might actually end up using this a bit more and start making some nicer cars. We've got the original toolbox there, but it's nice to see that you can access it from here as well. Oh, and the loading for these things is so much faster as well. We've got ourselves a car wash over here, that's cool. So we can actually do a bit of a car wash, the interior detailing, everything. That's cool. So I'm wondering if they've included a like your cars can kind of get dirty sort of thing in this game. We have the paint booth. All right, like normal. Woohoo! Look, there's the paint booth. What's this over here? This is the test path. Yeah. Oh, cool. So we've got the test path and the paint booth all in the same area. Oh, we can do a wheel alignment too. That's kind of neat. So it looks like, oh, and the headlamp alignment. So it looks like they've included a bunch of new things as well, which kind of, oh, that's cool. They've included a bunch of new things that make the game feel a little bit more realistic in the different elements that you can actually do. So, you know, you can actually do wheel alignments and headlamp alignments and things like that. And I think this is our garage in here. So let's check out the inside. Oh, look at that. We've got boxes stored up all over the top here. We've got ourselves our engine puller. We've got. This already feels far more open, and I mean, even with the skylight and everything, it just makes this whole area feel bigger. We got 1, 2 vehicle cranes. What have we got in here? So we've got the repair table. We don't have any parts to repair at the moment. There's another repair table. Repair table, so that's body parts. It's kind of cool. So you can actually do different things on each of the different ones. More body parts. Heck, I don't actually know what any of these tools are going to be used for. So it might be really neat to actually start pulling apart some of the brake lathe. That's what I was thinking of. So in one of my other episodes, what we were doing is we're taking apart the brakes, and we saw that they were kind of rusty. So if we can put our brake pads on these brake lathes and actually, you know, take out some of the deformation in them, that would be absolutely wicked. Heck yeah, I'm excited about this. This is cool. What's in there? Oh, this is our warehouse. That's cool. We'll be able to store all our parts on the different shelves. But it's not available in the demo, so we won't be able to see exactly how it works. But that'll be kind of cool. What else have we got around here? So our spring puller, we've checked that out already. The wheel balancer, that was the one with the mini game. Tire changer, toolbox. I think that goes to the outside. We've got another toolbox there. Oh man, this just feels more like a garage to me, which is awesome. Got the radio. Look at that. Aggro Fox, red mix, blue mix, green mix, user radio, house radio, and car mechanic simulator greatest hits. Yeah. We got the phone, the oil drain. So let's see. We've got the Salem GW 500. Hi there. Seems like boss is out. I heard that you are here on trial for this job. Great. I just got some simple stuff to do. Periodic maintenance, brakes, plugs, coils. Sounds like bearings might need to be checked. You know the deal. Good luck with your first real job. And then there's some additional tasks there too. Okay, let's check this out. Heck yeah. So they deliver it out front. That's kind of cool. That's not just delivered inside. Let's see. Car status. So you can actually find these at auctions. That's cool. Gives you some information about where you can find them. So that's all the power and things. Looks like we've got a parts list all ready to go. That's kind of good. So two brake discs, 1, 2, 3, 4 brake pads. So that's all of them. The ignition coils, both out of tie rods, a serpentine bounce. So it looks like some of the timing stuff is out. Spark plugs and wheel bearings. All right, and then the additional tasks: change brake fluid, change power steering fluid, and refill windscreen fluid. That's kind of cool. So they've included all of the new, like all the different fluids and stuff you can do. There's the paint shop, the dyno, there's the car wash. You can actually put the several cars in the garage entrance as well. That's kind of cool. Oh, look at that, all three of them, as well as the car lifters. So in theory we can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars here at any given time, and actually be working on them. I think that other one, the one that was kind of grayed out, that's this car here. Let's see. This is the Velsine 2040. So this is our car. So we get to do all the bits and pieces on this one. And as you can see, the body is the frame, and the interior aren't doing so well, and the parts aren't doing any better either. So I would like to, oh, look at that, there's a whole bunch of parts that are just, don't even know. I would like to rebuild this thing, get it running if we can. That's kind of cool. So it's actually missing some of the, it's missing the whole back section, and it's up on chocks because it's got doesn't have any wheels in there. So that's kind of cool. But we will leave that one out here for now, and instead we're going to get in here and we're going to fix this thing up, and hopefully that'll bring in some money so that we can fix up our car. Yeah, I was right. So yeah, so you double press the up, so it was already on the thing before when we had a look at it. Oh, okay, so that adds it in. How do we? I think the coolant, was that the one we were replacing? I know we put the new windscreen fluid in there. Bring it up to the line. Alright. Was it the coolant that we were replacing? I can't remember. Change power steering fluid, change brake fluid. Okay. So fuse box, air intake. That's kind of cool. So there's the power steering reservoir. And they've actually got a fuse box now as well, so you can have a look at what's going on there. I'm gonna take the cover off. Ooh, so you can. So they've included a whole bunch of new electrics and stuff into the game as well. So you can actually deal to a bunch of these bigger, bigger fuses. I wonder if that has ramifications for all the different parts later on. But we're going to put the cover back on because that's not what we're here for. Oh, where are we at? We are going over here to the power steering reservoir. I don't know how do we drain this thing? Doesn't look like there's much in there already. So what if we just take the cap off and we fill until we hit the max line and close. Let's have a look at the car status. Change power steering fluid. Nope. Okay, so we've got to figure out how to drain this stuff. Let's see. Pop the hood down, raise it up. So that's the oil drain. Do we need to do an oil change on this? Change brake fluid, change power steering fluid. I don't even know where the brake fluid would be kept. Let's see. Because that one there is coolant. That one's oil. Power steering fluid. Fuel filter. I'm not a mechanic myself, so I don't actually know a lot of the insides of a vehicle, you know, what goes where, things like that. So, welder, interior detailing kit. Cool. So we've got the interior detailing kit over here as well as in the other part of the shop. Garage look. Wait, you can custom. You'll be able to customize the look of the garage as well. That's going to be awesome. Let's see. Do any of these bottles over here have a? Let's take the whole part out. You did not drain the fluid before removing the part. Cleanup will cost. Wow. Okay, so that's not how we're supposed to do it. But I suppose it's done now. I also like the fact that when you do something like that, especially like with the oil and stuff, that there is a cleanup cost for it. Part unmount. Go back to part unmount, tablet, additional tools. Let's see. Drain tool. There we go. Look at that. Oh, heck. If only we'd known that before, right? Well, now we know it for the brake fluid. Now we're just going to figure out where the brake fluid is. Alright, we've hit the max. There we go. Let's check the additional tasks. There we go. Okay. Now we're just going to find out where this thing is. I assume brakes would be near the brakes themselves. Those tie rods need fixing. the... Where is it? Parts list of the car. The brake booster? Ah, okay, so it's the brake servo itself. There we go. That makes a lot of sense actually. Okay, where did I find that? It was under the additional tools, right? Drain fluid. Aha, there we go. All right. Now we're able to put everything back together again. Look at that. Now we just fill it up. I don't know how much is the right amount of fluid, but I'm gonna say it's right next to that little black line. Min, max, there we go. All right. Let's have a look at our parts list now. We should have all the additional tasks done. Cool. All right, now this stuff should all be pretty easy. New brake discs, new brake pads, ignition coils, outer tie rods, the spark plugs, and the wheel bearings. All right, so let's start with the top of the engine here. Should all be pretty straightforward, same as the other game. I think I saw in the opening video that, let's see, do we have the actual parts or are we going to have to buy them? Yeah, we're going to have to buy them. In the opening video that a lot of the inside parts of the actual vehicle can all be painted different colors. So it'll be kind of interesting to see, you know, what that looks like, how that all comes together. Alright, here is the search engine. You've got a body tuning shop, rims shop, electronics shop, add-ons shop, the community car body shop, custom gearbox shop. You've got license plate, interior. This looks awesome. What's under the... Ah, yes. All the electronics bits. So you've got your ABS modules, you've got your pump, alternator, battery, all of that, all in this one spot right here. That's quite cool. That's very cool. So going back from that, what did we need? We'll go back to our tablet, home. We are looking under the main, oh wait, I'm wondering if we go home again and go over to the electronics shop. We've got our ignition coils, that was the thing we came here for, 3, 4, and spark plugs. That makes sense, alright. I think that was it for the top part here, but let's have a look at our thing. We don't need to take the actual, might have to take it apart for the serpentine belt. So let's get at that serpentine belt first. How do we, alright, oh, sure is a squeeze in here. That's another one of the cool aspects of this, is that it actually feels a lot more crowded in the actual engine itself, and that's exactly how cars are. They're a lot more crowded in the engine, so you can't actually see down usually in between that gap. So it has its own complications when it comes to the actual game mechanics too. So that's quite neat. We've got to take the belt tensioner off. And then we can get the serpentine belt out. Alright. That was a serpentine belt A. So let's jump over to the shop. Serpentine belt A14B, I think it was. Let's have a double check. Serpentine belt B, that one's fine. It's this one here, A14B. Alright, there's the new timing belt, we'll chuck that in. And we can put all those ignition coils back in as well. Not the ignition coils, the... Alright, belt's all put together again. We can put all the other bits and pieces back on, and let's have a look. What else we got to do? We got to take apart the. Oh, this definitely feels more crammed in here, which is cool. It definitely makes it harder to get around the inside of the vehicle, but at the same time, it's harder to get around the inside of a vehicle, anyways. So we're going to chuck in the new spark plugs. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Done, 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 and done. And then, yes, the ignition coils go on the top. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright, we shouldn't have any problems starting this engine up now. I think everything else is good to go. Now we need to take off every single tire and get at the brake pads themselves. And oh, look at that! You've got unscrew and loosen. That's kind of neat. So when some of these don't actually want to come out, you can loosen them. That's a new mechanic. Heck, I'm happy with that. There's new little bits and pieces that have been added all over the show, and I think I saw, yeah, this is one of the bearings that needs to come out. So to do that, we take the whole axle off, and then we should be able to get at that bearing now. Perfect. And we're also going to take that outer tie rod off as well. So looking at that, we probably have the same issue on this side. Yep. There's the brake. Look at that. Loosen them up. Oh, that is brilliant. It's little things like that that kind of make the game that much more enjoyable. You know, it's a simple change, but oh yeah, there's the other bearing. It's a simple change, but it kind of helps to make it feel more realistic as well at the same time. Yeah. Oh look, there was another one. Ugh. I thought it was just the first one I pulled every single time, so you can have multiples that also need to be loosened off as well. That's cool. Number 4 in the number 3 in the brake pads, and then this will be the last one. Oh heck! I really enjoy the tiny little things like that. Like even the mini games that come with you know, fixing up the tires, and I want to have a look at that fixing part stuff too. That looks awesome. The extension of the store on this as well, and just having everything in different places, that's awesome. We need to fix up the tie rod. We needed 2 of those. What else did we need? Brake pads, we needed new ventilated brake discs. Needed 2 of those. So, new brake pads, new things. We needed the bearings, right? Those are bushings. BA. Let's have a look. Inventory, what were they called? Wheel hub bearing, BEA. Why am I getting this wrong? Main shop. There we go, wheel hub bearing, we needed 2 of those. I don't think the axles were in need of changing, so we've fixed all of that, fixed that. These ones are coming up, so brake pads, the brake discs, and the wheel hubs. I think that's everything that we took out of here. So let's go ahead and put it all back in, but before we do that, we just want to make sure that we're not taking anything else out of here. So the wheel hub bearings, we've got new ones. Outer tie rods, we've got new ones. Brake pads, new, and brake discs. Alright, so it's just a case of putting everything back together again. Easy peasy. Put in the new bearing. I'm wondering what other new little mechanics like that they've included in this game. I definitely want to hopefully fully restore our car that's outside, because that'll give us a full sort of immersive feeling as to how the whole game is going to come together. But that's kind of what I want to do with the 2018 series, is buy our own cars and, you know, find them in barns and things like that, and then put the whole thing together again. Where is it? It's over this side. Put our outer tie rod on, and there it is, good to go. That's what, 1 of 4? 2 of 4. Alright. That doesn't need to be open anymore. It's just a case of putting together the brake pads on the back, and that should be everything for this car. I think we've done it all. I'm pretty sure we put all the fluids back in where they needed to go once we dumped them all out on the floor. One tire left. So this is one of the new car models that they've introduced to the game, so that's kind of cool. It definitely has that new sort of more modern vehicle feeling to it. And look at that, everything is put back together again. That's awesome. Let's have a look. Everything here is done except for the outer tie rod on the other side. Where did we miss that? Ah, so we're a bit gung-ho with putting this tire back on. We need to take it back off again and replace that tie rod. I was unaware I'd missed it. Oh well, we've got the new one, so it should be a case of just putting everything back together again. Simple as that. I think that this game is definitely one that I'm going to look into when it comes to actually getting it, because so far what I've seen is awesome. We managed to make $922 on that. I think we would have made just a little bit more had we not made a little accident there on the floor, but that's okay. I think we have one more job coming in, so let's find the phone. Where is that? There it is. The Sakura Super. Look at that. Hello. You have done well with the previous job. Now I bring you some more challenging car. This Super is a classic sports car. It was out of use for quite some time, way past her prime, but not complete trash. At this point, timing issues are probably most urgent. Chassis and suspension need some work as well, and of course some regular maintenance work. Let me know when you're done with that one. Alright, change to the oil, drain the old and new, and a couple of additional tasks. Let's have a look, see what they've got in terms of parts list. Ooh. Ooh. That is some heavy grime on top there. This thing must have been sitting for quite some time. I think this means we get to run it through the car cleaner. So refill windscreen fluid, change the coolant fluid, change the brake fluid, change the oil. Doesn't say anything about giving it a clean. But I'm gonna run it through the let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna run it through the car wash because I want to see what this looks like once it's done. Not available in demo. Of course it isn't. Let me see. Probably can't do the interiors or. Alright, it looks like we're gonna have to leave it as this grubby mess because we can't actually clean it. Which is fine, I suppose. Let's move it off into the garage. I like that we move with the car as well. It's not just a a case of point, click, move, click. All right. I don't think we have to drain the reservoir for these things, but I can already see some of the timing issues going on. Empty that one and empty that one. Alright, let's put the new coolant in there. And we'll put in new power steering fluid. I actually can't remember if the power steering fluid was on the to-do list, but definitely need to refill it now that we've emptied everything. So I think it was the brakes that needed doing as well as the oil, brake fluid, coolant, and windscreen fluid. So yeah, we didn't actually have to touch the power steering reservoir at all. Change brake fluid, yep. That'll be a nice little thing for the owner, just to make sure that everything's safe. That's a my bad situation, so I don't think I'll be charging him for time on that one. I think that's a bit bit over the top. However, because it is all new brake power steering fluid, I think it'll be fine to. We'll talk to him about it, see what he reckons. Okay, we're going to take all of this timing stuff apart. That's a cool new radiator fan. It's all plastic build around the outside. That water pump needs changing as well. 17 mount pulley off of that. We can't get to the pump, it seems, because we need to take the timing cover off, I think. So there might be something inside that timing cover that I have to get at. Ah, I see. So we actually have to take this whole belt off. And again, that belt needs redoing. It looks like those cams need redoing. We're doing a full engine teardown. Woohoo! Oh yes, and some of the screws on the inside of the car as well need loosening. So it's not just those on the the wheels. I wonder if there's some sort of visual indicator, or if it's just kind of like a point click, not sure. To me, that one kind of looks like it's different to these other ones, so that, yeah. So it's sort of like an orange outline versus these yellow outlines. So there is a small visual indicator that they need to be loosened off as well. Ooh, that fuel filter needs fixing. Yeah, so this thing has been sitting here for quite some time. What do we need to take off this serpentine belt? We've got another roller here that comes out. The serpentine belt comes out, and then the water pump will come out as well. That one needs loosening. You can tell just by the color. You did not. Oh, dang. Alright, so it turns out that thing has fluid in it as well. So we not only have to drain it in future, but we also will need to fill it before we put everything back in again. So let me just check. Cam gears, yes. Cam shaft, no. Alright. And the suspension here all needs to be fixed as well. So what I might do is I might drain the oil first, just to see, just to make sure that we don't have to worry about draining the oil filter. Because we don't need to ooh, look at how black that is. It's definitely been sitting there a while. Move the equipment back. Let's see, where was the oil filter? There it is, perfect. We don't have to drain this. I mean, it doesn't seem like there's any way of actually draining it from there, but that's alright. So let's have a look at the tablet, and then we'll go and get a new oil filter. Grab one of those, and chuck that in. That's everything we needed from under the car. We can drop it like that. We'll get at the suspension after this. We'll actually have a look at all the tyre parts and everything. It definitely feels like there's going to be just as much grind in this game to get up the levels and the experience as there was in 2018, so that'll be good. Play the long game to get ready for the end game stuff, and it's that end game stuff that we are going to be aiming for, which would be quite neat. So we've got those gears in there. Now we needed a new water pump, so let's add that to our shopping list. And let's see if we can add anything else in here while we're at it. We need a new filter at the back there, so let's add that to our shopping list as well. Right. How do I access the shopping list from here? Press tab. Right, water pump and fuel filter. New water pump, that one, and filter. All right, so we've got the new water pump here. Let's see, do we need to fill it with water or anything? I wouldn't even know where to start with something like this. Doesn't look like we need to do anything there. Alright, water pump pulley. Let's see, the serpentine belt, does that need replacing as well? That sort of, we'll add them both to our shopping list, shall we? We've got those, we don't need them anymore. The shopping list is a wonderful tool. That corn reservoir actually looks empty, doesn't it? I'm just going to double check that we've got stuff in there. Ah, we do not. Where did all the coolant go? Was that perhaps what was happening with this water pump? If I pull this off now, is that going to drain? It does. Okay, okay. So the coolant goes down into the water pump. That'll be a good good to know for next time. We need a new pulley, new serpentine belt, and while we're at it, we're going to refill this thing for the third time. Alright. Not only is it costing us $14 to fill the coolant reservoir, but it's also costing us money every time we spill it on the floor. So that's kind of a cool new mechanic. Serpentine belt and water pulley. And it was the serpentine belt A. It's definitely this one, yes. Alright, part mount. Brand new part there, brand new part there. I think the idle roller, I can't remember which one needed replacing and which one was okay. 17 belt A is done, we need one for B. Water pump pulley's done. We're gonna need to put a new spark plug, so we'll probably take that out before we go putting the top on this thing. Cam gears, those have been done. Brake pads need doing. Belt tensioner. Clutch release bearing. So we're gonna need to take apart the whole engine block, the whole gearbox as well. This simple job is turning into a much bigger one. Alright, so this one's fine, that one needs replacing. So we can put the old one in there, put the timing cover back on. Now looking at this top part, we need to take the spark plugs out, replace the ones that are in need. All the ignition coils look like they're doing fine. That one is not. It's all of them, isn't it? Yep. So let's get 5 new spark plugs from our new electronics shop. 6 done, and let's drop those all new back in there. Brand new spark plugs. That's one of the big issues with cars that have just been sitting there, is either the fuel has been sitting there and it's gone bad, or the spark plugs need replacing. So we chuck in the old ignition coils, and this will all make sure that the engine is up and running once again. Okay, we can chuck that cover back on. I don't think we need to worry about anything else. And we can put the whole manifold back together again. All in all, I think this is definitely a great addition to the series. It looks like there's going to be a whole bunch of brand new stuff that's all going in here. All new mechanics and things like that. The new mini games. I'm still really looking forward to having a look at the Fix 'em Up mini game. Alright, let's have a look. We can chuck on the new timing cover. Crankshaft pulley, that one was fine. This idle roller up here needs replacing, so let's go back over to the main shop. Let's see, roll. Idle roller B, yes. Put the brand new one in there. And then we needed a new serpentine belt, didn't we? This is the other one, that's that one there. And belt tensioner, we needed a new one. The radiator fan, however, was alright. the one we needed. There we go. And it looks like that is all the timing stuff done. Let's have a look at our parts list. We've just got brake pads, the clutch, so that's the clutch plate and the clutch bearing, that's all inside the gearbox, so I'll have to take that out. The rear shock absorber cap, rear springs, rear sway bar, and a couple of the rubber bushings, as well as the front sway end links. I think we've fixed up all the oil problems, so we can probably just go and put some new oil on the top here. And then that should take care of the engine part of things. And then we move on to the gearbox, and from there onto the suspension. And then this job should be done. So what we're going to do is we're going to lift it up. And let's have a look. Let's see, suspension, gearbox, we need to take out the drive shaft. And then we can take off the gearbox and have a look at the clutch plate underneath that. Look at that. I really do enjoy that, just the tiniest little thing, you know, having to actually we can't take that apart because it has the starter motor on it, and we can't get the starter motor off unless it is through the engine bay. Totally forgot. Alright. Back in we go for another deep dive. Let's take off the starter motor and then hoist it back up once again. Just these small additions. I mean, you know, taking off a part that's got liquid in it and having it spill all over the floor, having some of these things stick. It's just small things, but they are quite nice additions to the game, and I can see them becoming quite a frustrating sort of a little thing to have to keep doing over and over again. But I mean, that's the reality of it. They've definitely made it more realistic, even though it's only a small addition here and there. It'll be quite neat to see what else they've got in store for the rest of the game. You know, how they run the barn finds, how you pick up new items, the things that you can do with the customization, how, you know, how satisfying will it be to clean a car like this one with the new car wash mechanic, because this thing is dirty and I would like to clean it, and I think that would be a very satisfying thing to do. Starter motor, put that all back in. You know, how in depth does it go with the fuse box, the air intake? That's all changed. I like the new liquid mechanics, the ability to actually realign the headlights and all of that. I think these are all new parts of the game which will be well and truly stable of the series. You know, moving forward from this, those are going to be some integral parts which are going to be awesome, and I can't wait to have a look and see them in a little bit more detail. That brake pad needs to come off as well, doesn't it? I think that was everything from this side. Let me just check the bearing on the back here. That's fine. I can't remember if the rubber bushings were at the... I think the rubber bushings were at the back. Nope, there's one. And let me guess, this... Yep, that's the other one there. Haha. If you guys are watching this and you come up with something else that you think would be an absolute awesome addition to these games, I mean, let me know. I probably overlooked some stuff. But going from not knowing anything about cars and doing all of this stuff to actually being able to, you know, learn that you have to empty these different things, where the brake fluid is kept, all of that, it's not something that you know, I've ever learned. So coming in and getting to learn some of this stuff is actually quite cool. I think it's just a regular old front sway bar. Let me double check that. Front sway bar B, yes. I would have spent some money on something that I didn't actually need. We'll buy in 4 new brake pads and the front end link aid. So let's go back to our tablet. We need 2 of these. Now we need 1 of these. And let's go for pad, for brake pad. There we go. We'll take 4 of those. And whilst we're putting it all back together again, we'll figure out that we needed this, that, and the next thing. That one goes in there, that one in there. Chuck on the new brake pad. Caliper seems alright for now. I can't remember if the brake pad lathe was available to us. If it is, that'd be kind of cool to have a look at and see, you know, if it's something that we can. Just the addition of tiny little tools and stuff like that. That's definitely going to make the game more immersive and make it feel more like it's, you know, you're actually working in a garage rather than just sort of playing a garage simulator. Oh, that's right, rubber bushings in the front, and then we're done with the front and we can move on to the back. Let's see, if we go into our additional tools, tablets, part mount maybe. Oh, where's our examine? Ah, there we go. So there's our. So we need to take off those back suspension parts. We need to take the tires off. But apart from that, I think that's all good to go. How far away from the car can you get before it all... Ah, there we go. That's quite cool. So you don't have to worry about, you know, looking away very briefly to have everything sort of drop away from you. I think that'll be it for today. This episode's getting quite long. But what I might do is I might come back, finish off this car, send it away, get it all done up, and then we can start work on our car outside. But apart from that, I hope you guys enjoyed what you saw. If you do, give it a thumbs up. If not, drop a comment in the down below. And yeah, other than that, have a great day. Bye.